I'm seeing red circles from the ring light, y'all. She's got a new setup. She is sitting crisscross applesauce. Hello. Today I'm going to be talking about the ever so famous 50 Shades of... Do I need to say it? Do I really need to say it? 50 Shades of Grey. I know. I've betrayed myself. I am a psychological thriller, almost horror. I'm gonna read horror at some point, but I like the really, really dark shit, y'all. So I really need to apologize to myself for reading this, but I'm not gonna apologize to my friend Shannon who lent me this book because she said that I needed to read it, so, and I trust her on everything, which by the way, if you didn't know, Shan is a life coach, and if you need to get your life together and you need a cheerleader in life, you better click the link in my description box to Shan's YouTube channel and websites that you can get your life together and have someone cheering you on in life. Okay? Okay. Anyway, the ever so famous 50 Shades of Grey. I've not watched the movie yet. I was thinking about making this into kind of like what I did with the movie Eileen, like the book versus the film. But I think I'm gonna save that for more newer film adaptation releases. But for now, excuse me, the ever so famous... Did I just say that already? The ever so famous... Yeah. I did. Okay, y'all, I'm going to admit something to the internet, to the entire world. I'm a virgin, but I think I lost my virginity while reading 50 Shades of Grey. I can't explain it. I've never had sexual experiences in my entire life, but I feel like when I read 50 Shades of Grey, I feel like I got my V card taken. That's just how I felt after reading it. Now, Alexa, stop. I don't know why I feel like I have to hold the book every time that I make a book review or I'm talking about a book. I don't know why. Maybe just to prove that to you that I read it. Yeah, that's probably it. I'm seeing red circles from the ring light, y'all. It's got a page count of 514 pages. It's a pretty good length of a book. And as far as the cost, I borrowed it from Shan. I think it's priced at like $9.99 on Amazon or something like that. Look at the screenshots that I took from earlier. Because I don't want to be accused of being a liar.
I can't lie!
Okay, it's $9.50. I lied to you, I'm sorry. It's $9.50 on Amazon. I'm gonna use one for $7.12. $13.99 at Barnes & Noble. Books A Million, it's kind of a similar price, $13.71. On Thrift Books, you can get a used copy for $4.59. You can get a paperback, like a new paperback for $3.59 to $15.06. And, excuse me, again, I can burp on command. Y'all, I can burp on command, so I think you're gonna be hearing me burp a lot. And at Target, you can get it for the same price as you can get it on Amazon, $9.50. And the chapters, guys, these are long chapters. Something that I am not a fan of. These are long chapters of 8 to 10 pages, so that was something that I did not particularly like. I feel that E.L. James could have taken the opportunity to split them up a little bit more. See, like, here's the thing. I really like to put my bookmark at the end of a chapter because I feel like because I read before bed, I feel like if I take too much information in before bed, I'm afraid that like the next night, I'm gonna forget what I read the previous night. So when chapters in a book are really short, that really helps me as somebody with a short attention span, take in less information, like especially during a period of rest, like before bedtime, that really helps me. So I did not like that these chapters were 8 to 10 pages long. What's up with that, E.L. James and every other author that likes to make their chapters long? Make your chapter shorter! Okay, I'm gonna stop throwing a temper tantrum for now. It's set in rainy, cloudy, sad Seattle, Washington. I don't know why, but I feel like whenever I'm reading a book that's set in like a really rainy place like Seattle or Vancouver, Canada, and like Seattle, Washington, I feel like when I read books that are set in like those like really weary, dreary, rainy places, I feel like there's something like calming about that I have a very vivid imagination. Let me know if I'm not alone in that. If you feel calmed by rainy, dreary settings in your books, please leave a comment below. It's spoken in first person by Anastasia? Anna. Depends on what you want to call her. She's called both in the book. I really do prefer books that are told in first person because it feels like if you haven't watched a previous video of mine called How Reading Saved My Life, go watch that, because this will make what I'm about to explain so much easier to understand. I feel like when I'm reading a book in the first person, I'm like stepping outside of myself and taking a break from my own human experience and experiencing life through another person, through a character. With third person, not as personable, you know? I'm just reading about an experience. I don't feel like I'm getting that taking a break from my human experience, if that makes any sense. I'm sorry if it doesn't. No, what? Actually, no, I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry. If you don't get it, then I'm not sorry. Figure it out for yourself. A lot of people kind of get the gist of what 50 Shades of Grey is about, because it's been around a lot in like pop culture. It's about this, you know, girl who gets into this professional sexual arrangement with this super hot, super rich guy. So Anna, she's really shy. She'd rather get lost in a good book than, you know, be out dating around and, you know, doing things that young people do.
I don't know what a date is. I don't know about dates.
But when she gets the opportunity to come into contact with this young, hot CEO, Christian Grey, he offers her the opportunity to be basically his sex slave, which is not something that I can relate to because I'm not one to bow down to anyone, much less a man, especially a rich douchebag like Christian Grey. Here's the beef that I have with the so-called marketed genre of 50 Shades of Grey. Okay, so it's marketed as an erotic romance. Excuse me? Romance? Where is the romance in this book? I mean, if you're watching this, you probably have not read 50 Shades of Grey, but I'm just telling you right now, I don't think there's any romance in this book. It's just eroticism. That's really all you get from it. When you're reading it, I mean, I'll admit it, when I was reading it, I got a lot of downstairs sensations. This book will do that to you. Honestly, I mean, I feel like that's really all that 50 Shades of Grey is good for. If you get turned on by reading about kinky sex stuff, I think you will really like 50 Shades of Grey. And if you've ever had the experience of being involved within an emotionally unavailable person, because Grey here, of no one's surprise, is emotionally unavailable, which is clear in the book. But Stasia seems to, of course, you know, develop feelings for him at one point or another because they're doing intimate stuff. I think he does develop a little bit of romantic feelings for her too, but like the whole story is them just trying to keep it based on professional sexual arrangement, fighting to keep it, like, getting romantically involved, basically. But Anna's having a harder time than Mr. Grey is. Personally, I think that this is my first and last 50 Shades book that I'm gonna read because A, it's not really up my alley, like I was saying before. I mean, I did enjoy the physiological experiences I got from reading about, you know, the stuff, but the chapters were just too long. I just feel like there are better ways for me to get going. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to reading more erotic novels. If anyone out there has any suggestions for me to expand my erotic novel horizon, leave that down in the comments. I think that just about concludes this video. Make sure that you like, share, comment, and subscribe. So let me know in the comments below what kinds of other content that you would want to see on the Book Diva channel. Bye, y'all.